Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome to another episode of Smile to Jannah. Just to avoid the censorship of YouTube, I'm going to replace the word with the letter T. So when I say T, don't think I'm inviting you to a cup of PG tips and some rich tea biscuits, even though they don't survive very long when you dip them, mate. Yeah, you got to stick with the digestives, you know what I mean? So last week in the UK, this was hitting the news significantly because it triggered the migrancy debate, and I'm glad it did. But being here in the motherland, I was like, yo, what's going on? And looking at a few news headlines, I was a bit concerned because the attack took place on a Sunday and he threw 3 petrol bombs at the place where migrants come to Dover. Yeah, that's the thing that's been highlighted in the media, and that's where he decided to do his attack. So after he threw these petrol bombs, alhamdulillah, I don't think anybody died, but 5 people I think were injured. He then went to a petrol station and then killed himself. I don't blame him, frankly. Yeah, the police were confused.
Oh my God, a white guy? What's going on?
And then the news went to the thing that it does to rationalize when a white guy does the T. And they said he's mentally ill, mate. Yeah. And then started justifying it, just like the New Zealand T did at the mosque. He was called angelic by the Daily Mirror, and they tried to really humanize him. But when it comes to the Muslims,
Nah, mate, animals, mate. Get rid of all of them.
but what's very interesting is that on Monday then, a Labour councillor said, no, this is a T. Then the shadow Home Secretary said it's a T. Then the ex-Home Secretary said it's a T. Then the police were like,
You know what? Maybe it's a T.
you guys might be thinking, yo, you know the UK, when it comes to the outside countries, they know us from Harry Potter and James Bond. You know what I'm saying? Expelliarmus and Mr. Suave. So did we need Harry Potter's spell? Did we need the suave and the debonair and the spying ability of the 007? No, we didn't, mate, because all you had to do was look an hour before the guy did the T, he said why he did it. You got to get rid of these Muslim kids. You got to burn the Muslim women. I mean, you don't got to be 007 to understand what's going on there, mate. Don't take flipping 5 years at Hogwarts to figure out that, you know what I'm saying. But what's interesting here is these same people have been deluded and duped by the media, because since 9/11, 73% of the attacks have been done by the far right. And if we are to look at the pages that he was following on Twitter, it said 99% of them were mainstream media. Mainstream media is enough to radicalize anyone, mate. 1%, it was like one page, was the BNP. Now, how and why is this so significant to us, mate? Because this passive aggressive Islamophobia that we're seeing is seeping in and causing big issues. What do I mean? Just recently, after the attack, Spectator magazine on their front cover showed a tidal wave which was signifying Dover and migrants. If you zoom in, you'll notice that the women are wearing the hijab, covering their hair, and the men have a beard and a skull cap. Now the question arises, why is this okay, mate? This is blatant Islamophobia. Why is this allowed to take place and happen? Next, we see legislation that's promoted to us as random checks, you know, Schedule 7 at airports, but it's blatantly targeted at Muslims, and this is, you know, covered by research. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just pulling this out of my pocket. Like, studies and surveys have been done. And of course, not to mention Prevent, where we have young kids that have been misconstrued in schools and been forwarded to this anti-radicalization group or agency or initiative that again targets us as Muslims. Not to mention the weak responses that are given, or the weak punishments given to the people that discriminate against Muslims. When we're seeing, when it comes to anti-Semitism, boom, Kyrie Irving, bang, boom, Kanye West, bang, New York Times, bang, Jeremy Corbyn and the Labour Party, bang. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a KO, mate. It's that right hook, pow, right to the jaw, mate. Yeah, the guard was down, connected with the jaw, game over. And of course, as we're seeing here, so long to be called a T when it blatantly is. Anyone with a Twitter account can find out Wagwan. You know what I'm saying? So may Allah give us the ability to understand what's taking place. I had to share this because it's important for us to highlight these things, because sometimes people approach you and say, no, it's equality, mate. You can do whatever you want. What? Give us an example, mate, of Islamophobe. I've given you four. Learn these guys. Don't just watch it for barakah and for good deeds. MashaAllah, I've watched an Islamic video. Guys, don't do that. If you come for good deeds, you're going to fall asleep. If you come for good deeds and to learn, then MashaAllah, you get the best of both worlds. Alright guys, let's leave it there. Until next time. Assalamu alaikum.